Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I too have jumped on the bandwagon and decided to do a response video to a video that Sega of my house, I'll link his channel in the description below, a video that he made asking people to show their 5 most valuable games. Now, I understand that he wants only to see one game per console, just so that there's some variety there. But also, I decided to go, I guess, not necessarily with the most valuable, because I have some other games that can be seen as being more valuable, but they're extremely common, and the price is only high because there's lots and lots of demand for it, not necessarily because it's a rare game. So I decided to pick some sort of less common games that are also very valuable to show you guys. Sorry, I'm scratching my face so much. So with that explanation in the past there, I'll go ahead and start with this first game here. It's a DS game. This is actually the newest game of all the games I'm going to show you guys right now. And it's an RPG that I haven't played all that much, but it did seem very, very interesting. Just the sort of downside to it is that it doesn't look as nice because it's a DS RPG where they tried so hard to make it look good, but it just doesn't look as good. There's tons and tons of detail, but everything sort of just seems washed out and kind of pixelated. It's called Avalon Code, and right now it's about a $50 to $60 game. I have other games on the DS that are more valuable than this, but they're more common, like Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the box with the Pokewalkers. Those now can go up to $100, maybe even more depending on condition, but lots of those are out there. There's not as many copies of Avalon Code out there, but if you think that there's another DS game that I've shown in any of my videos in the past that you think is more valuable than this one, please let me know in the comment section. Next up is the only other handheld game that I'm going to show you guys. This is an older game from the late 90s, I believe actually. No, it's from the year 2000. It's for a handheld that sort of just died out here in North America. It's the Neo Geo Pocket Color. This game here, though, is the Japanese version of it, but it still sells for a lot. It usually goes for about $40 to $50, and it's a pretty fun game. It's a fighting game, of course, because the Neo Geo Pocket Color, SNK, tons and tons of fighters. This one here, though, focuses mainly on female SNK characters, and it's called Gals Fighters. I got this one here for $30, so I didn't get the best deal on it, but I still very much so enjoy playing this game, and I especially love playing as Mai Shiranui, but I don't play my Neo Geo Pocket Color as often, and when I do play it, I usually play other games. Next up is a Dreamcast game. For those of you that may know that I am a Sega Dreamcast collector. I'm trying to go for a complete collection, but I'm also getting import games, of course, games that never came out in North America. I have a couple of PAL games, and I have a pretty decent collection of Japanese games as well. This one here is a Japanese version of a game, and it's sadly missing the back art, but it does have the manual, and the disc is in mint condition. It's a game called Rez, and I honestly played this for 5 minutes back when I got it, and haven't gotten around to playing it since then, and it's a shame, but I should really get back to playing it. It's about a $60 game, but depending on the completeness, of course, it'll be worth even more. Next up is another sort of random game, a game that not that many people might be aware of, and not that many people actually have a copy of this game. It's worth the least in this set of games. Basically, to tell you guys what it is without actually showing it first, the Philips CDI had a set of Nintendo games on it because of a deal that fell through with Nintendo to make a CD add-on. It resulted in Philips being able to make a couple of games with Nintendo characters. They made 4 Zelda games, well, 3 Zelda games and 1 Link game. And this one here is the cheapest of all of them, but it's still my most valuable CDI game. It's Zelda the Wand of Gamelon. Sorry about the glare. The Wand of Gamelon. And it's complete with the sleeve, and the disc inside is also in really good condition. It has just like fingerprints and like 2 or 3 light scratches, but it's in really good condition, and I actually just traded a game for this. And the game that I actually traded for this, well, first I should say this one here, Zelda the Wand of Gamelon, can go, depending on condition, anywhere from $60 to $70, and I've seen it more a few times, but usually it's in that price range, from what I have seen at least. But when I got this game, I actually traded the next game that I'm going to show you guys for this. I actually had 2 copies of this next game, and you might think it's not as good of a deal, but this was a different game, and I honestly only paid $6 for this next game. So to trade away my second copy of it wasn't that big of a deal. I paid $20 for the one copy and $6 for the other copy. So if you split it between the two, that's so $26 split between 2 is $13 each. So pretty much for $13, I got this game here in pretty good condition. It's an NES game made by Natsumi, and it is a shoot 'em up. It's kind of hard to play, but the first few levels are easy enough to get through. But then again, I'm just a bad player, so I might be having difficulty with it, but I've heard other people say that it's a harder game to play too. It's called SCAT, funny name enough, Special Cybernetic Attack Team, and I had 2 copies of this game, but the other one, of course, I traded it for the Wand of Gamelon. This one here, at the time that I got it, when I got the first copy of this, it was $20, and it was going for about $40 to $50, so I thought that was a good enough deal. But then I went ahead and, well, basically the story is, I went to a thrift store, I saw a copy of it again, I asked him how much, I grabbed a couple of games, he said $6 each, so I paid $6 for the game, and when I looked up the price at that time, it was going for around $60, and right now, according to price charting, it's $69.99 if I remember correctly, so $70. But on eBay, I'm looking at finished auctions, items that have sold already, that have actually sold and not just expired without any bids on it, and people have been paying up to $100 for a cartridge-only copy of this game in lesser condition. Like, the label on this is entirely mint and practically still like glossy and new, if you can see that, but it's hard to tell on the camera. But $100 for this game I think is kind of steep, but definitely I say the $40 to $60 range is more adequate for this game. But as you can see, I don't have any immensely valuable games. I'm definitely not able to afford games like that, and I haven't had the luck to find games like that for dirt cheap. I definitely have newer games that are currently more valuable than these games, but who knows what the prices are going to be like. If you can probably tell, I have, up here, I have the collector's edition of Bravely Default, and right next to that here, I have Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure for the DS. And I have all these different box sets and collector's editions that might be worth more, but it's really just the bonuses and stuff and not the games themselves. So that's why I decided to show you guys these 5 as my most valuable games. Anyways, as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas. anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Facebook, Twitter, and website, they're all linked in the description below, and that's it. See ya.